Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 155 of Report This Post, podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
They, them, he, she. I just want to grill, for God's sake.
And we are your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by a listener named Tess, is grilling.
Yeah, that's right. That thing that all middle-aged men love to do.
And especially this weekend, as it is Labor Day weekend, folks, undoubtedly you're firing up the Barbie tomorrow. You're going to toss some food on there for your friends and family to celebrate our veterans for getting us Labor Day.
Jesus.
For ensuring that we have a day off in September, our wonderful war veterans, of course. That's what Labor Day is all about.
Putting the beers out on the empty table to remember them by. Mm-hmm. Just wasting alcohol. Party foul, we call that.
That's right. And, well, speaking of foul, a lot of people love to grill chicken.
Including the guy on the other end of this call. You're a big wings fellow. You love to do the wings. You do wings quite frequently on your grill.
That's right. That's my go-to grilling / barbecue, which there is a difference, folks. If you weren't aware, grilling ostensibly is when you have an open fire and you toss some patties on there, some hot dogs directly over the fire. You just sort of get them hot, get a little bit of that charcoal thing going on, or propane.
Oh boy.
And you get them nice and hot and cooked, throw them on a plate, throw them inside. That's your grilling. Your barbecuing, of course, is the slow cooking. You know, you put it in direct heat, 250 degrees, 275, let them cook for 10, 12, 28 hours, whatever you need to do to make food that's just as edible as any other food.
That's something else you enjoy doing, correct?
You pay $95 for a cut of meat. That's, you fuck up.
You have to wait 48 hours to eat it, and it's okay. It's fine. It all works. You also enjoy the barbecuing as well. I've sampled some of your wares from that as well, where you've cooked a large piece of meat for a long time. Mm-hmm. That's good. I like it. It's good.
We had a little Super Bowl party, if I recall correctly. Correct. And I made ribs.
Yep.
My wife made ribs, and hers won the contest. But she made them, I think, in like a crock pot or some bullshit like that.
Wow. I mean, they were delectable.
Yeah, they were
just
great,
fall off the bone.
Yeah.
Yours were a little too smoky for my liking.
Yeah, well, see, the thing about barbecue is that smoke's involved. But, hey, you know what? You're kind of a wimp. You prefer applesauce and Funko Pops. So, and your Go-Gurts and whatnot.
Go-Gurt is pretty good. You freeze them? It's a nice little treat.
So anyway, Tess, who's a friend of the show, a friend of ours, she selected this episode. And how did she do that?
She became a patron over on patreon.com/reportthispost. Once, twice, or 3 times. Can't quite remember how many times she signed up for it over there. But the one she stuck with, she went ahead and chose a level where she was able to, after a set number of months, choose an episode topic. Grilling was the one she chose.
A number of months we should know, but I really have no idea how that works.
So if you're an admin, level, After 3 months, you get to choose a topic. As a mod, you get 2 months and choose a topic.
Okay. I thought it was the other way around, but it doesn't really... Just go to the website.
Which one's the first one? Mod? Oh, mod and then admin. Yeah,
of course, yeah.
Wrong.
It doesn't matter.
I don't look at the site.
Hey, just go there, sign up for both, and then let us know which one gets faster, okay?
Yeah, whichever one. We'll reach out to you first on one of them. Maybe.
Hey, and you know what happens when you sign up? You get special access to fun things over there, including next weekend's very special live episode on Zoom, the 3rd anniversary show on September 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Never forget that time. Join us. We're going to have a bunch of posts. We have some games we're going to do. This is the only way I can possibly describe what I have in mind. Contests of some sort where one of us wins, not one of you guys. So that's what's going to be fun. You get to listen to Christian and I waste time on a Saturday evening.
That's right.
Is essentially what we're going to be doing. So,
and with all of our closest friends, all 27 to 38 of our closest friends.
And hey, maybe I'll grill something special for you, you know?
It's that you can enjoy during it.
Just sitting at my desk eating wings.
While you're recording.
My brand new IKEA desk. Did I tell you I got a new desk?
No.
I told you that, yeah. Bought a brand new desk from IKEA. If you remember the old desk that I had.
You had it rigged up to become a standing desk by lifting it onto some cinder blocks and 2x4s, I believe, or just 2x4s.
Just 2x4s.
Yeah.
And the desk itself was about as big as a 2x4. Somehow managed to use it as an actual desk for several years, but now I have a real full desk that is housing my Nintendo Switch.
You bought a desk. Okay, so you bought a desk.
All right, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and get to the fucking post? We love grilling, folks. And I don't love being grilled by Christian right now, though I can tell you that much.
I don't particularly like grilling, but whatever.
But you like grilled food traditionally.
I do. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. There's a couple good barbecue joints in town.
Why don't you like grilling?
It's too much fucking work for me. It's just...
What are you talking about?
I just don't like having to watch the coals. I don't like having to figure out if it's the right... I've never grilled successfully in my life.
It seems completely up your alley the way you're in the garden with your flowers and whatnot. Your petunias.
Yeah, but that's mindless. That's mindless work. This has some skill involved.
What do you think? I'm fucking Einstein on the grill? What kind of thoughts do you think is in my head when I'm grilling? You think that's mindful activity?
just flash inside your head, and it's just like the signal, the no signal TV, just the color bars, just staring blankly at a spot on the wall, holding a beer. Sounds great, actually.
That's why I do it, is that it's completely mindless.
All right, maybe I should try it again. I got a grill floating around here somewhere. I'll dig the fucker out. Anyways, journalist and podcaster Josh Barrow tweeted, "I'm not going to get canceled for this, but I'm going to write a piece about why I hate grilling, and everyone is going to think it's a troll, even though it's sincere. Any food you can make on a grill can be made more easily and more precisely using your kitchen appliances."
Sounds like another podcaster I know.
Look, you get a good cast iron pan, you can cook anything in.
Oh, brother.
"You don't need my mail," replied, "Hey, Josh, never heard of you before, but I will now always remember you now. Eat your Pop-Tarts or whatever your type eat. I will slow cook a pork butt for 12 hours smoked in hickory and my own barbecue sauce and enjoy one of life's greatest pleasures." He came back and replied with a photo of a grilled quartered chicken and added, "I have cooked many pork butts, briskets, ribs, turkeys, burgers, brats, pork chops, etc. I actually deleted a bunch of photos the other day. Didn't think I would need to post them." And it probably goes without saying, but "You don't need my mail" is just a middle-aged guy with a handful of followers who is just simply hanging out online.
Absolutely. I went to his profile and I was expecting a football avatar, but it's a baseball avatar, which
it's the Cubs,
the same thing. And this guy, he just retweets the Detroit Tigers, actually. He just retweets stuff they post.
Yeah.
Kobe, man, I miss him and old-time basketball. Today's NBA is so soft. Very that kind of guy opinion. Yeah, he's Tatis Jr. is the biggest look-at-me player in baseball. Not a class act. Have no respect for him whatsoever. Just classic dad opinion. Oh, this guy, he's got no class. Dads love to just say players in sports don't have class.
Classless guy. And it's because that's just code, folks, that's code out there for that the player is African-American or not white, is when a guy has no class in a professional sports, when a white guy says that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one from over here. Dire Straits when in my car, I turn it up when at a stoplight. The Police is a band I like, but ashamed and embarrassed I do, and roll up the windows to make sure nobody can hear me playing their songs.
Well, the idea of someone talking about the Dire Straits in 2021 is hilarious. God damn.
Gotta roll my car windows up while I listen to the Police so nobody thinks I'm a homo.
But he's also a big Democrat, which is fun to read some of these posts. Cool. But yeah, between him talking about the Orange Menace, Trump, and then the horrible management of his beloved Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, he's a lifer for sure.
Yeah, good for him. Well, as we celebrate Labor Day tomorrow, let's talk about the history of this day and its relation to barbecue. Matt Barber, a pasty goatee sporting fat pig, wrote this article back in 2016. Labor Day celebrates Marxism. How's about some commie ketchup on that burger? It's extra red. A little Marxist mustard for your dog. What about a pinch of socialist sauerkraut on that bubbling bratwurst?
Wow.
Didn't you know? That's why you get the day off on Monday. That's what your Labor Day barbecue commemorates. Socialism. Delicious, juicy, smoky socialism with a side of potato salad. German, of course. Frills made affordable to Americans, American businesses, and big government waste, fraud, and abuse mills by, well, capitalism. I'm sure you're a hard worker, and, I mean, isn't that really what Labor Day is all about? Hard work? Actually, no, not at all. Hard work has nothing to do with it. Labor Day is about, quote, labor, and labor, since the 19th century at least, has been, and yet remains, one of the primary, quote, progressive euphemisms exploited by leftists, aka Democrats, to further the redistributionist goals of the global socialist movement. And so, as we enjoy friends, family, food, and fun this extended Labor Day weekend, let's heed the advice of Marxist.com and remember that this particular holiday, the workers' paradise for a day, was conceived of and celebrated by socialists and militants within the labor movement. A socialist movement, mind you, that thrives from within the freest nation on earth, for now at least, a nation made great in large part by the very capitalism unions and the Democrats they fund, so hate and desperately seek to destroy.
Wow.
Fun thing to bring up at the Q tomorrow, folks. Just go and memorize that today. When you, as most of our listeners, they listen to each episode at least 5 times the day it's released, and so they can get memorize as much as possible. Do that. And then when you're around the barbecue with the fam and your other leftist friends, let them know
that
they're supporting evil.
Very strong words from a man who is going to ingest an entire pack of hot dogs by himself during that celebration.
Before they even hit the grill.
Hey, my father-in-law works for the FDA. You do not have to eat. You don't have to cook hot dogs. Just so everybody knows, you can eat them raw. It's just suggested that you cook them, but you can eat them. You can eat them as is. They're already cooked. So that's
true. Yeah, it's funny. People overcook hot dogs on the grill, which is fascinating because they only be there for like 30 seconds just to get heat.
Just to get heat. Just need to cook them. Yeah, let them warm. Toss them in the back of your car while you're running your errands. Put them in the back window. They'll be good. Just nice and a good temp. Just snack on them. Put the whole pack between your legs while you're driving. Snack on them as you go.
Gang, if you're enjoying this episode, you can get the entire full episode with all 20-something posts on the topic of grilling over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's the only place that you'll get a full episode every week of the show, usually close to an hour and a half every damn week, sometimes even more. This week's episode, for example, is more than an hour and a half. And not only that, but you get a bonus episode every week. Plus, you can join the show as a member, which allows you to join us during our live shows, which we do every month-ish, or maybe more, especially this month, which is the 3rd anniversary show. So you want to head on over to patreon.com/reportthispost. Join us today. Bye!
So I'm looking at this Matt Barber guy. I'm looking at some of the names of the other articles he's put out. Pushing transgender condition on gender-confused children is child abuse. Venereal disease is nothing to clap about. Hitler was not a Christian. Okay.
Was he a Jew? Is that what it is? Yeah. Ironically?
Race, in quotation marks, is a myth.
That could be a real... That's one of those that could go... If I just heard that was the title of an article, like, okay, that could be a very woke person or the exact opposite. And in this case, it seems to be the opposite.
Yes. Be prepared. Gay Scoutmasters are coming soon. Yeah. Starbucks race together. Coffee chain spills drink in their own lap.
This guy loves clever titles, doesn't he? Did he come up with titles first and then write the article?
Yeah, and then write it up. We will never bake your quote-unquote fake wedding cake. Okay. That's obviously, but... An appeal to Bruce Jenner published in 2015, which is really good. Okay, this guy rocks.
Appeal?
He just looks like the biggest shithead as well, so... He's got that square goatee, which is even somehow worse.
The goatee is like, it's way too manicured. And that's, you can't have...
He's a man with no discernible chin who has a highly manicured goatee that goes down about 8 inches below the bottom of his lip. It just continues on to the bulbous area below his neck.
His official title is... Vice President of Liberty Council Action and Associate Dean and Adjunct Assistant Professor of Law at Liberty University School of Law.
Jesus Christ almighty.
The more words, the more better, I think, is what he figured out.
Yeah, he's really loaded up. Well, good for him. Check him out. He seems to write a lot over at christianpost.com. He's
still fighting gay marriage, which is I feel like even people that were against gay marriage, like once it was illegal, they're like, you know what, I really didn't even care that much. I just kind of had to say I was against it because of, all my other beliefs. This guy's like, no, I really hate gay marriage.
Yeah, Glad has an actual whole section on this guy and how big of a shithead he is. So, good for him.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants. Have fun at your cookout, Matt. We love you. We love you over here on Report This Post.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, Matt. I'll be over there at 2 p.m.
It's the cookout. That's right. A guy named Danny asked the other folks over on the Weber Kettle Fans Facebook page, what do you do with leftover water from last night's smoke session? I'm going to grill burgers tonight, so I don't need the water. And a fella named Dirk replied, put it in my ex-wife's Camelback right before she goes backpacking in bear country. This got 12 ha-ha reacts and 3 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. So this is a perfect example of a couple years ago when I first got into grill. I got into grilling when I bought my house back in late 2017. So this is even before the podcast, if you can imagine. But what I noticed after getting really into it, I joined this exact Facebook group and I remember messaging you many times that there's no drama on this Facebook group. There's thousands and hundreds of thousands of members, and there's never any drama of any kind. Yep. it's like the most drama you get is someone being like, what's your favorite rub to use? And then it would be like 600 comments. And then someone would be like, you use a rub? I think that makes you a pansy. And then, and then there's just comments to that. But no, people are just like sort of laughing at them. There's really no real. So grilling, the guys who love grilling, when they talk online, it's a lot of this boomer humor sort of stuff.
It really is boomer humor, and the fact that like the best part is that there are a few women on the site, on the page, but they seem to be completely ignored whenever they post, which is a beautiful thing. Just completely ignored by the guys on there. They'll ask questions, nobody answers it, and there'll be like another woman commenting like, I had the same question. Nobody else responds. It's just, the guys are just too busy cooking. They're too busy grilling to give the ladies a look.
And I know a lot of people listening to this might think like, oh, these are just like just old racist white guys. No. They're like, they don't care about race. They care about grilling.
Yeah.
They're beyond that shit. Like some black guy would show like, hey, I'm grilling here today. And then it's just a bunch of white guys like, looks good. Sounds great. There's no attempt to be like woke or even make any sort of joke. It's just like, looks good. I'm glad you're having fun grilling. Enjoy your grilling. Because they say the same stuff to everybody. It's just, there's nothing. Like if it was a woke grilling group, it would be obnoxious. With the
there has to be
too. Oh my God,
too.
it's so beautiful. You're such a beautiful griller. I'm so proud of you for grilling.
The way the bark complements your alabaster beautiful skin.
Your beautiful mahogany mocha skin. It looks...
Now that's a group somebody should make.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Also, I don't know what the hell water this guy's talking about.
So I believe he's putting water in when he's cooking to make to make steam, right? For burgers.
Right. Well, you don't even need to do that, but okay.
I mean,
all right.
He's just grilling. He's just grilling.
Yeah. That's a big debate too. Do you put water in the pan? People put beer in the pan? And then people are like, well, that's just a waste of good beer. I'd rather just drink the beer while I'm grilling. And then people thumbs up that. And there's just, it's thousands of those posts every single day. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a fun group to be a part of. I was invited to it a number of years ago, even though I don't grill, and just went ahead and stayed in there for whatever reason. So
the best part are the guys who show off their like Weber collections. They'll have like literally like 8 Weber kettles.
There was a guy that posted he had 40 of them the other day. He had a whole fucking storage locker full of them.
Good God.
Just all these different colors. Now, I will say that what the ladies have started doing, though, as I've seen, is that they'll post in like, it'll be like a middle-aged woman in like a bikini, like holding like raw meat, and she's like getting ready to grill, and then the guys are like, love to see a woman on the grill, darling, darling sweetheart, you're beautiful.
One of the most lumpiest piece of clay women out there with her pink bikini. And these guys are just losing their shit.
Yeah, going complete wolf, Tex Avery wolf, smashing their head as they're.
And they're still not even that disturbing. They're still just like, wow, nice. Cook it up, hon.
Yeah. Printing the picture out so they can jack off in their bathroom after their wife goes to bed.
Printing out a black and white picture of it. So last year during COVID, a gentleman in San Angelo, Texas, went to their local Facebook marketplace to share this offer. I'll be making and selling brisket sandwiches for a fundraiser to make ends meet since COVID is happening. The corn dogs were a big seller, not so much my fish tacos, so let's try brisket sandwiches. Has my granny's homemade barbecue sauce. 1 for $5, 2 for $11, 3 for $25. And what's most interesting are the pictures he attached, which shows a bathtub full of chopped brisket and someone dumping a bucket of sauce in the tub.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know what's actually might even be more interesting is this guy's pricing structure. You actually pay more per sandwich when you buy more. 1 for $5, 2 for $11, 3 for $25. What the fuck is that? How did he come up with that? You want to buy in bulk, so then you can pay a lot more.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, instead of doing they like take a double and take a dollar off, he's doubling and adding.
3 for $25. It's over $8 per, where one is just $5.
I'll take 3 sandwiches. Okay, that's $25. Well, I'll take 3 of the $5 sandwiches.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take 3 1 sandwiches. Does that work? 10 extra dollars.
You gotta say, necessity is the mother of invention. This guy he was in a disparate. He had to make some bucks somehow. God bless him for making enough pulled brisket to fill a tub, which is insane to me.
Yeah, pretty cool. You don't need to show a picture of that, I would say.
Private messaging the guy and being like, okay, I'm not interested in eating the food, obviously, because it's in your tub. But how much to come to your house and sit in the brisket jacuzzi?
How much for a picture of your wife in the tub with the brisket?
It's $25 for 1 picture, $75 for 2.
$3,000 for 3 pictures.
Feet are extra. No sides. No sides. Cool. I would love to see that. We should post that up on the Patreon.
The picture? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let's see
great.
if we haven't done that in a while.
No.
Accompanying media. Let's see if we remember to do that. Listener, one of you guys remind us, and then I will read that and say, what the hell are they talking about? And then I will never think about it again.
Days from now, completely forget it. Great. Well, a now deleted user went to our Ask Reddit to find out, what are some tips for a first-time grill owner who has no experience grilling? My father was an alcoholic who never allowed me near his shitty charcoal grill and would only make brick-ass black hockey puck burgers. I'm 40 with a family with no grilling experience beyond a tree branch through a hot dog and would like to make my neighbors envious of the barbecue smells over summer. We just got our first propane grill and ready to fire it up. What are some tips for someone like me? And the apricot cavalier replied, propane? No wonder your father left.
Yep.
A statement not in the original post anywhere, but just completely assumed on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, well, I mean, probably not a terrible assumption. They probably left this mortal coil, if nothing else. Boy.
Love these posts where somebody puts all the background. I was born with multiple sclerosis. Just got my first grill.
Yeah, just feel free to just say, hey, I bought a grill. Can someone tell me what to cook? Not, when my father would pull out of me, he would make terrible bratwurst.
That's a euphemism if I've ever heard of.
Yeah. So, 40 years old, no grilling experience. Well, you know what? You're well on your way to that, Christian.
Never too late to start, though, right?
You gotta smoke your first meat before you're 40. I think that's fair.
Or else I gotta turn in my man card, right?
Well, I think that thing was ripped up decades ago. The expiration date on that, well gone. But hey, you still have your terrorist hunting permit, I've noticed, in the back of your car.
That's right. With my Bush Cheney, faded Bush Cheney bumper stickers still hanging on there for dear life.
I saw one of those the other day.
Did you?
Bush
was
Cheney
it a legit
04.
One?
Yeah, it was looking rough, but I did appreciate that. Man, just to have a car that long, first of all, someone who just had his old car towed away. Boy. Anyway, an article titled Perspective. The media has erased a long history of black barbecue, skewing our understanding, was shared over on our smoking, which, if you're unaware, is actually not about smoking cigarettes or weed or Jim Carrey's famous quote from The Mask. It's actually about smoking meat. User The Rocket Children said, "Great, wokeness has now come to BBQ." User John Gladman responded, "How about you smoke these nuts and keep your nonsense in your pocket?"
Nice.
Pretty brutal. John Gladman is quite active on our smoking, our home brewing. This guy loves making his own beer. Plus, he's also very active on our boot fetish and our ball busting, which is just images and videos of women kicking men in the nuts.
Yeah.
So, This guy's also very woke. That all tracks. Big
One
time.
of us, huh? Yeah. It's always good to meet a like-minded individual online. So, John, glad to know you, brother.
He's one of those leftist guys that would probably call someone a bootlicker, and yet he just jerks off to the idea of literally licking boots.
Sees a pair of Timberlands and just starts drooling. He's just,
I don't know if it's Timberlands necessarily that he's a fetish. Yeah. I don't think
I have a bit of an urban foot fetish.
When he sees Latrell Sprewell wearing Timberlands in 1999, I don't think he was like, yeah, that's the kind of boot I really like. That's my vibe with the or pair of Nauticas or whatever what was the other one? South Pole.
FUBU was another.
For us, by us.
That's right.
Which was the original name of the podcast. For us podcasters, by us podcasters.
Yes, that's just depressingly accurate.
Well, all right. Great.